They say there's no black Eminem fans, and I will tell you that you are a liar. Marshall Mathers III is one of the dopest MCs to ever grace the microphone. The way he writes, the way his lyrics, the way his cadence, everything about him is definitely showing that he's a student of hip hop. The old school artists have nothing but good graces for him. Famous artists like Jay-Z, Redman. Really, Redman's all I really needed for the seal of approval. Redman gives you the seal of approval. You're pretty much in there with me. A lot of artists got love for Eminem. The only artists that really say anything bad about him were low tier artists like Benzino. For some reason, Benzino feels that Eminem is a cancer to the culture, but this is the same dude that 95% of his songs is about killing somebody or murdering somebody. This dude literally couldn't make a commercial song like Booty without mentioning shooting niggas and some shit like that. This is also the dude who traded his multi-million-dollar career at the source to be a subpar rapper and to try to get famous. You know what I'm saying? You don't believe me? Look at all the Benzino and Made Man and Hangman 3 features from other artists and see if those artists reciprocated or gave him back the feature. I'll wait. But yeah, Eminem is one of those artists that literally shows love to the culture. There are artists out here now who openly say they don't fuck with hip hop culture. They don't respect the old school. Eminem gives all his love back to the old school. Even going as far as saying, "Hey, I know that I'm white and white privilege and it sucks." He had it in the song that he wouldn't sell nearly as much as he's been selling if he was black. This dude literally exposes all the bullshit. He's also one of the few rappers that actually stepped up and stepped out against Trump. But no one talks about that. Everyone just says, oh, well, he's just a cancer to the culture and blah, blah, blah. Me personally, I think Eminem is dope. I've listened to all his albums, and there's nothing that really says that he's basically lynching off of our culture. He's not being an Elvis. For example, the only album I can really think of is probably Marshall Mathers LP. And that's because he had a lot of West Coast features on there. Exhibit, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. He had Sticky Fingers on there. But at the same time, this is a dude who just raps with his favorite rappers. The only flaw I have with Eminem, in my opinion, is I wish he would have did more for the Outsiders. That's it, because they did put him on. I'm a big Outsiders fan. That's actually how I discovered him. And I feel like he really could have did a little bit more for at least Young Z and Pace One. You know what I'm saying? Rod Digger had her own thing going, but I really feel like, but then again, Rod Digger could have did more for the Outsiders too. I mean, I'm not saying she didn't, but at the same time, I mean, maybe a collaboration out with her and Young Z. Maybe she could have executive produced the Outsiders album. She was signed to a major. What happened? But that's not to shade Rod Digger, because I know there's politics with everything that goes on, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason. And I'm not saying that she didn't try, but we're going to be pointing fingers. Let's point fingers at everybody. But then again, like I said, I do feel like Eminem could have definitely did more, especially now. I feel like Outsiders definitely deserves that. But let's talk more about Eminem. Like, one thing people love to bring up is the fact that he disrespects his mother. Okay, now, granted, Eminem did go hard in the paint going off on Debbie Mathers. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. But as a kid who grew up in a household with a mother who was addicted to substance, I can tell you that I felt him on every one of that. I felt him everything he said. You know what I'm saying? This dude literally pours his heart out about the situation with his mother. You listen to Cleaning Out My Closet, everything he said bad about her comes into fruition. You literally hear this dude pouring out his pain and everything that his mother did to him and his brother. All the times they had to move, the Munchausen syndrome. Do you know what that is? Basically sitting there pumping him full of medicine, putting stuff in his drinks and stuff so he can pass out. That's some dangerous shit. But nobody comes after her because, we live in a society where women, especially blonde-haired white women, are not looked at as bad guy ever. Just so recently, we started calling them Karens and getting them the fuck out of here. Also, I like to point out that everybody likes to look at Cleaning Out My Closet and all the songs where he bashed his mother in, but nobody talks about Headlights, where he actually made a song where he poured out his heart again to his mother, basically telling her that she forgives him and they just want to move forward in life. You gotta know these things. This dude has moved on, and he understands that what he said was hurtful, and he understands that it may have hurt his mother. So when you listen to Headlights, this all comes into fruition and everything that was going on. He was a man that was hurting. We live in a society where y'all don't want men to hurt. Y'all feel like men shouldn't hurt, and that's messed up. But at the same time, like I said, this is a situation that's, it's a touchy situation, and no one really looks at that like that. Y'all just want to say things. Y'all want to be, y'all attracted to drama. So as long as it's drama, then y'all cool with it. Y'all not cool with a man opening up his heart and saying what he has to say. We're rough, we're tough, and a lot of times we keep things bottled in, so when we finally let it out, it comes out a little raw, a little hurtful, you know what I'm saying? But then again, like I said, the society we live in. But listen to Headlights. I'm telling you, if you listen to Headlights, you'll understand everything that was going on in this man's mind, and maybe you'll have a more general understanding of what was going on with this man and why he was hurting so bad and why he's able to move forward with life. But all I'm saying is, from a standpoint of a brother who lives and breathes this culture, Eminem is not the enemy. In fact, he is an ally. He is a heavy ally. This is somebody we definitely need to protect. Definitely more than Benzino, because I guarantee you, if that had been me, there's no way Eminem would have got my energy like that. Not to when I'm sacrificing a multi-million-dollar career. Come on, man, let's be real. And I mean, to me, it's just crazy. Everybody comes after Eminem because they know that's going to give them a little bit of notoriety. Now, more recently, there was the Super Bowl situation where people have came out against Eminem, saying that he shouldn't be on the Super Bowl thing, that they're celebrating black music, and he's not black. Well, Dr. Dre is producing the whole thing, and let's be real, Eminem pretty much saved Dr. Dre's career. So I have no issue with Eminem being on there. And there are people saying that Eminem is the safety net. Yeah. Have you listened to Marshall Mathers' music? If anything, and no disrespect, Mary J. Blige is the safety net. They had to throw R&B in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this. They could have brought the Dog Pound in. It could have been an all gangster rap show. But he didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? He brought Mary J. Blige in. As far as I know, she got one song with him. And so it's like, she's a safety net. Sorry. But that's no disrespect, because the Queen definitely deserves a spot on this roster. And I'm not even knocking her for that. You got Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Dr. Dre, and Mary J. Blige. Let's be real. This is about to be the rawest Super Bowl halftime show ever. And I'm here for it all. So before you really sit there and want to disrespect Eminem, you really should go and listen to his music. You should really get an understanding. He doesn't make black music. He makes music for him. People who can relate to him. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of my friends who listen to him and like him, they can relate. They understand, damn, I've been through some shit like that too. I understand where he's coming from. That's why so many people are quick to defend him. That's why so many people are quick to give him all the respect and love that he deserves. That's why old school rappers give him all the love and respect. This dude is pure. He loves his culture. He loves what we do. This dude keeps black people working. Everybody, any complaint you hear about Shady Records is never, oh, he was funny with the money or he did me dirty. It was mainly, I feel like I didn't get enough attention that I was due. And that's a possibility. Even people who got love for him, they just love for art. Certain people, they be like, okay, I love being on the label, but I wasn't getting the attention I needed. So that's just what that is. So really look back. Don't listen to people like Benzino who sit there and basically was willing to sacrifice and cheated hip hop, by the way. I'm doing a video on that. Listen to him when this dude literally, his last resort was loving hip hop. Eminem is still putting out decent music. You know what I'm saying? Every artist goes through that. Eventually, listen, Stevie Wonder hasn't put out a classic album in a while, but he still makes great music. That's just what it is. Don't confuse Eminem with Elvis. Just don't. Because he's not Elvis at all. Elvis gave us no love at all. Elvis gave us nothing. He literally took our culture and ate a bunch of banana sandwiches, where the fuck he ate, and he just mooched off our culture. Eminem, at least, was one of the people that put Detroit on. You know what I'm saying? He put a whole city back on the map as far as hip hop. Motown, Motown wasn't known for hip hop until him, Jay Dilla, Trick, and a couple other artists stepped in the game and did that. So you got to give him his respect. And even if you don't like him, man, you know, just understand that he's not the enemy, like I said. And I get it. I get it. It's our culture. It's what we do. But let's be real. Even Fat Joe said nigga a couple times. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Eminem is dope. He's fire. And until he does something that I deem disrespectful, I'm going to always listen to him. I'm always going to support him. Now, I will say this. If his next album isn't really slapping like some of the other ones, I might throw in the towel on him, because his last few albums have been okay, but they haven't been anything for me to be like, oh my God, I got to listen to this. So, and that's pretty much any artist, though. I'm like that with any artist. It ain't just him. So, but like I said, I definitely got love and respect for Eminem. He's a Midwest MC. I love what he's done for the culture. I love how he gives back to the culture. And I have no complaints. So I don't think you should either. But hey, it's just a fan's perspective. I'll let you go. Peace.